Alright, what's up here? Think we got that right? Well, you got Rich here, and this is going to be my explanation of, I think, what's going on with the Mandela effect, quantum, CERN, D-wave computing, quantum physics, all that good stuff. I don't know if I even need the microphone, honestly, if I just think that right out. Alright, so, anyway. Give me a few minutes to get everything set up here. Just doing this a real quick one. I've been really freaking busy lately with a lot of crazy shit going on. And besides the Mandela effect and all the news and all the fucking that stupid crazy shit. But, no, I had some family issues happen, so I haven't really been able to upload videos like I usually do on music, so I will be getting back to that sooner or later. But let's talk about the Mandela effect and what possibly could be going on. How is everything being switched around and changed, and how tens of thousands and maybe even millions of people by now are affected about the same thoughts of a movie that never happened. Supposedly never happened in this universe. Well, I definitely think it's quantum entanglement. You know, it seems to be the most, of my calculations and of all my theories and stuff, it has to be the most irrelevant to what's going on. I mean, I got times to, I can remember like Meyer and Mayer. You know, I got memories from both. And then I had to sit there for a minute and figure out what originally came. And for me, it was Meyer. M-E-Y-E-R. Oscar Mayer Wiener. I mean, I remember the song. And, I mean, I'm a kind of a 90s kid, I guess you would say. So, you know, it was all through that time. And quantum entanglement would explain that perfectly. Because if we are entangled to other multi-universes, which quantum physics has proven over and over again for multi-universes, then that's why you would have memories of your other entangled self. I mean, it makes perfect sense. You know, the closest to what you are, and it makes perfect sense. And then you got CERN, which I believe has been actually, every time they fire it up, they end up taking some of our vibrations and some of the frequencies and switching some of us around. I mean, that makes perfect sense too. You know, why would they be firing it up so much, and why would they be claiming to have different dates of when they actually started up? That's another thing you can get into. I'll be probably doing a longer video to where I can explain all of it, but just kind of want to get this out there again because I've been seeing a lot of different explanations, so I thought I'd throw mine in. So when you mess with the D-wave and all that stuff, the quantum computing, you know, there's some craziness that actually happened with that. Ever since June 1st of this year's happened, I remember the D-wave computers not even reaching 256 qubits yet. And then all of a sudden they're over 2 gigs of qubits, which is, what, 2,048 qubits now. And if you listen to one of the lectures from the guy who created D-wave computers from Ontario, Canada, he sits there and explains that 1 qubit equals 1 multiverse, pretty much. Or sorry, I said that backwards. 1 qubit equals 2 multiverses. So one of their qubits can equal to 2 multiverses they are able to observe, which is freaking awesome. I mean, you know, observing. So that makes questions into my mind. Are they just observing it? Or are they actually communicating with these? Which, I mean, it's only obvious too, especially if they're up over 2 gigs of qubits, which is pretty much in so many multi-worlds that you wouldn't be able to do it on a calculator. But that means that they must be doing more than just observing these multi-worlds. And a qubit is another explanation for, you know, more than one, or it can be superpositioned from one place to the next. Because you got, with regular computers, they can only see, a BIOS can only see a 0 or a 1. If it sees a 0 when it's supposed to see a 1, it crashes. It sees air, there's no air. Okay. Now with quantum computing, it sees the 0 or it sees the 1, or it can see it at both. So it can pretty much position itself in all three. I mean, it can be one or the other, or it can be both. So it's another couple crazy things get to it too. Is I'm still thinking about this. I put this back on one of my videos here a while ago, talking about this person right here is talking about CERN and we don't live in alternate realities. And somebody left a comment on there talking about where President Trump, maybe we're miswording it, but if you listen to the actual video, she says exactly, we're living in alternate realities to where Trump made president, you know. And that's the only one I found anything about that, and I still have that. And the only way I'm actually getting it anymore now is having to go to my Facebook, click onto it, or the link I left in, I think it was that video too. But anyway, you know, I got more stuff I want to talk about. Actually, Planet X is another one I do want to talk about. Don't have time right now, even though it seems like we might be running out of time. But I kind of want to get into an explanation of that and what I think between the Russians and BBC News is actually happening, and whether maybe it is in the sky right now or maybe it isn't, because there's a lot of different theories going on with that. So anyway, yeah, I just want to do a quick video telling you guys I didn't forget about y'all, and I was going to explain the theories that I've crossed out and everybody's calculations I've actually done. And I'll make a better, longer video for that, but just don't have the time right now. But again, quantum affected, man. Quantum entanglement, CERN, D-Wave, definitely has a big play in probably what's going on around us. And again, this is only for some of us that realize what's happening, because not everybody realizes or happens to be from this earth. You know, they're actually from this existence to where nothing has changed at all for them. So it's another thing you might want to keep in mind too, you know. Because I see a lot of that going on between the browsers and people's chatting and stuff. They're arguing back and forth, and there's no real use to arguing with anybody over it, because you can't make them see what you see. You can't make them believe what you believe. You know, it's pretty much just going to be for us that has been affected by it. Again, keep aware, keep looking around, and anything could happen. Be very aware, and don't be trying to like push it on other people that don't believe it, because it just ain't gonna happen. The quantum effect, what I like to call it, or the Mandela effect, you're not gonna sit there and be able to push it on people that don't believe it. Anyway, this is Richie. I'll be getting back to you.